host or talking to a friend. Don't worry about it.
YouTube, how can you not be receiving enough video?
What?
It's not happy.
It's not happy. Should I check to see if it's working?
Legitimately, it's not sending out a very good signal.
Interesting. Do we need to restart?
Okay. It seems restarting the stream has woken up the internet.
Internet's back?
Looks
Stream's
like
back?
it now getting an excellent connection. We're actually getting kilobytes per second.
Yay!
You guys can't see OBS. It dropped to 0. I've never seen it drop to 0 before. Internet difficulties. I play my internet on hard. Hello, Apothecary.
Hi, Apothecary.
OBS's cat be doing stuff. Yes. OBS's cat is doing stuff. Well, everything seems to be working now, so that's good. OBS is going through some stuff. Yeah, poor OBS. I'm not gonna blame him like I usually would. We've come to an accord there.
You've come to an accord with OBS?
Yes.
You found out that they're just a depressed, fella.
Yeah. I am going to, however, blame the internet company.
That's valid.
Clearly it's their fault. Oh.
Placier? Is that how you pronounce that?
I think so. Well, we're back here in we're back here in Disco Elysium with our abysmal health and morale, which I hope will maybe heal a little when we go to bed.
Maybe.
OBS is my favorite gay villain from the 90s media.
I liked that musical number OBS did.
Very good musical number.
The bed is cold and not
Well
particularly
animated.
inviting.
Yes.
But it's yours. The sheets look awful.
Okay, it's now time to move on to day 2.
I mean, technically it is day 2. But
The sheets are coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep doesn't come. And then sleep doesn't come.
Anyone else here, and then sleep doesn't come twice?
yes.
Disco Elysium? No, Disco Nowhere.
This is stationary.
Why no sleep?
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
Check
Its
the pillow.
synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly.
I can't imagine why. It's almost as if we got super drunk and passed out on this last night. I take some fashion inspiration from him.
It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing. Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily.
Well, thank you, Inland Empire.
You're welcome.
It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Hello, Ash. Evening, how are your raptorials? I'm not quite sure what a raptorial is.
Oh, type of raptor bird.
Ah.
You know, the reptile voices in the brain, I would assume.
Ah.
I could be wrong.
Well, the reptile brain hasn't talked to us since the start of the game, so there's that.
They're probably gonna talk in a minute.
Probably. Oh, a mantis's claws. Sorry.
Oh, they're talking about your claws.
Oh. My claws are fine at the moment.
Sharp and stabby.
Sharp and stabby. Good for clicking on the keyboard. Not so good for grabbing the mouse.
Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves. Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Well, this is something.
Does Mantis ever paint her claws? Like, on occasion, but mostly she uses claw strengthener on them. To make them extra sharp and shiny.
Gotta be nice and sharp for stabbing. Yeah, a distinct disco vibe from this courtyard.
You getting the disco vibes? You getting the vibes of disco?
I'm getting a distinct disco vibe. I am amused that the detectives in the base outfit 5 changed clothes, so we're actually slightly different.
Yes.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood? What it says on the can, Harry. Answer the question.
I remember nothing.
Do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
Is this not answering for you? Tell me who you are. You said who. I was left. Talk to me, corpse. What is going on?
You know who I am. I'm the bad day. The one where you ask her, and then later in the streets, wandering. It's the worst day of all time, Harry dear. And it's coming. She will hear about it on the phone. Reality will turn into a grotesque nightmare. This will be the last thing you did to her. Tell me, do you remember the love of your life?
Jeez. That's ominous.
Dark way to open. I forgot
Yes.
that this happened.
Do you remember the warmth of her thighs, between her legs and in her mouth?
I appear to be stuck with the I left or I was left.
So what do you think? Do you think you left her? Or that she left you?
I'm gonna go with it's probably a matter of perspective. I'd imagine the detective... Like, either the detective was a detective before, like, his wife left, and possibly, you know, she might have left because he was too invested in the job. The alternative would be that he became a detective after she left, try and find something to do with his life. Heavy. Yeah, this is a pretty heavy opening. That's some visceral action. I'm going to go with I left.
Oh no, funky baby, you stayed. It was the rest of it that left. Or you just stood there, with one hand on the bottle and the other on your dick, watching it go. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
This game has good prose.
It does.
Yes, that's like probably one of the best parts of the game is the writing.
I always end up wanting to write after, like, playing or listening to this game. Just, even if I'm bad at it. Like, I just like, ooh. I love the, just the feeling it gives me.
Yeah. Get it back.
No, it's gone. 3 times
him now.
gone and never
Back him
coming
now.
back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
Elysium?
Everything. The pale and the islas. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
Well, that's pretty, insane to imagine there.
Weight of the world on your shoulders, detective.
Yeah. I can come back from this.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding?
Talked to you before. A lot to put on me, game.
For real.
No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do. Even in your dreams. And the act is wearing thin. The spots of the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time. Sweating up the bed.
Hi, ancient reptilian brain.
Hey, buddy.
Stinky boy.
Got great limbic systems here, too.
You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry. this unnourishing? There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
There's
nuclear
another type of hangover.
Oh yes, party boy. And it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry.
I'm not real Harry. I'm a figment of your imagination, the Hanged Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time to go to work in the shit factory.
That being said in such a sing-songy way.
The VAs really had some fun.
Yeah. Hey, I did heal health and morale. I'm glad I didn't use, my resources before bed.
Yeah.
This is Hangover 2, or Super Hangover. And this is to go even further beyond.
Hangover 2, the electric boogaloo.
Good going, buddy.
Beautiful dream, uplifting.
Uplifting! It was so positive!
What the hell was that?
Just a dream. You have ones like that all the time. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
The hell's going on, electrochemistry? Is this because I didn't get drunk?
You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
This is really rich coming from you, electrochemistry. After beating the main hangover, you unlock expert hangover. The headaches last 20% longer, and the voices in your head will now manifest and chase you. Also, you can't remember us.
It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself.
Oh boy, electrochemistry and volition are going to start arguing, aren't they?
They're gonna fight. 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 Fight.
Electrochemistry's only got your best interests at heart, I assure you.
Of course!
I'm pretty sure the first thing they said was go get more alcohol.
Or cigarettes.
Or cigarettes. One of the two.
Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It kept you propped up all day yesterday, despite your debilitating hangover. How else did you think you even got up from this floor? You got up from this floor because of a holy vow you made 16 years ago. With me. To wake up exactly 7:30 every morning until the day you die.
It sometimes does feel like that if you ever wake up at a specific time without an alarm.
It does.
Doesn't matter how late you went to bed, you will wake up at that time.
Every time I wake up at 6 or 5 in the morning, I'm just gonna say, curse you, volition, I haven't needed to get up this early.
Don't be silly. There was no vow. You were high on speed. That was the only reason you got up. You can't detect without it. It's that simple.
I actually have an argument. I have the opportunity to argue against electrochemistry.
This is true. You can.
Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days?
That's just
Basically,
work.
a week.
Yep.
Let's be honest. 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired.
Volition, we don't do anything until 10. Stop. I'm a fight you on this electrochemistry.
You're gonna
Half
go
the town won't be dead. Only a quarter of the town will be dead.
only a quarter.
Suit yourself.
It's acceptable.
Sad shellman. See how you do without your spark.
As long as we can make it down the stairs, we'll be fine.
The detective proceeds to fall face first down the stairs.
Hey, can I pick up all of the bottles in my room?
I'm sure Gart would appreciate if you did that.
I can pick up the bottles. But not that bottle.
I think that one is there for aesthetic.
That's within the acceptable casualties, officer. I'd like to mention that these bottles don't actually highlight when you select to highlight everything.
Yeah, I don't know if that's on purpose or if it's sort of like they didn't get to it, or if it's like, oh no, you're supposed to kind of hide and seek find them.
Yeah.
Except for that one. That one's set dressing. That one actually might be painted into the background.
It's a permanent fixture now.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face,
It's all
adorned
locked.
with the
Right, I
expression.
need to put another point into interfacing in order to unlock that.
Harry's fighting his drug addiction and losing. Yes. Yes, he is!
Yeah. Oh boy, is he. But we're making progress on fighting our drug addiction. It's slow progress, but it's ours.
It's snail's pace.
Oh,
But it's something.
the
Yeah.
lunchroom's open. And
It
the
is.
chef's in.
Yes.
By the way, I found out what happened. What went
What?
so wrong with our discussion with Joyce.
Oh! Yeah, you were telling
Yeah.
me this. Go ahead.
Okay, so hi Kim. Hi. So this over here, that's Lena, correct?
Yeah, I believe so.
Lena, you need to talk to and ask her for a lowdown on reality. This will unlock the notation that you do not quite understand reality, which you can then ask Joyce about.
Oh, so it wasn't a bug, you just hadn't unlocked it.
No.
Okay.
It took me like a solid 30 minutes of searching to find the step I missed. Anyway, morning, Kim.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
Define rowdy, Kim.
I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the union. These men here.
The Joyce combo is good, though.
Yes.
Yes, it was very fun to talk to Joyce. I wish that I had gotten the full ability to talk. I think I can still go back and talk to her
Yeah, probably.
after I get the note.
Men who drink beer for breakfast? There's talk of an armed wing of the union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
Do we need to talk to them, Kim? They look scary.
Everything points to the dock workers union. The belt used for hanging him, the circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information. Which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy.
These the men Gart told us about?
I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said.
Oh, you had a rough night's
One
sleep
loose
too?
thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it.
Hey, we leveled up.
See, detective, you're not the only one who was roughing it a bit. Of course, like, at least Kim probably didn't have a completely wrecked, like, apartment. Well, not, apartment. A hotel
You just had
room.
an incredibly
But-
uncomfortable bed and pillow.
Yes.
That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay?
Well, that's a pretty
He's
obvious
not
thing to say.
exaggerating about that mortal danger, just calmly factoring it in. Your fists clench and your pulse rises uncomfortably.
One
That's
more thing
wrong.
before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
You're right. Don't make eye contact.
Good.
They can smell
About
fear.
Purposefully concentrate on something else first. Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms.
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
If you do enough small talk, you level up and get a new ability called Human Connection.
Yes.
Oh, we've got 3 skill points.
Nice.
Should make sure to spend some of those.
Yes, you should. But where? Now that's up to you.
Yeah. Oh, we can unlock these with presumably skill points?
I think you might, yeah.
Well, we don't need to unlock another one at the moment. But we do have quite a number of things that we can put in next. This one is definitely something we should
You'd like to get like a couple little bits of change.
Yes.
I don't blame you.
The Human Connection ability allows you to make companions and gives your mind dopamine.
Yes.
Ooh, we could use some dopamine.
You get to go
Can I
social
help
and
you?
go.
Okay, I'm going to
Got the 20 real.
immediately give him 20 reals so that I don't have to worry about that.
That's honestly a very
Good.
solid
You got the
idea.
room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
Don't remind
How
us, Gart.
could anyone forget, asshole?
Kim, good news, bad news.
Just a moment.
we might need, to solve this case within a day if I don't get $20.
Yeah. You also obtain skill points, apparently.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
We could use some dope, Mantis, if you cut her off, right?
The lady is distressed. Perhaps something more upbeat might cheer her up.
How do you know what's kicking? Tell me how I can make it up. Oh. Good day, ma'am. Everything all right?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working.
We have a phone. It's probably for police business, but...
You probably would
The
get a little
union
mad if you
office
used
probably
that.
has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
What's wrong with the phone
The
line?
manager was vague about it.
Oh, Gart.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is something to look into later. Ask God, maybe.
To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night. But they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them.
Kim, there's now missing people in addition to the dead person.
They
Also
could
the
be
smuggling
unrelated.
operation.
What was that?
Also the smuggling
Oh,
operation.
right, the smuggling operation. I forgot
I was
about
also
that.
hoping she'd heard from Morel.
That sounds sort of like a side thing.
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds. Something sweet in it, somnolent. A damp chill goes down your spine. When you look around, you're still in the whirling in rags.
You have more important things to worry about.
I've lost all memory of the world to myself. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
I'm pretty sure the water lock is currently closed because we can't get across to the other part to the south.
The water lock, that was broken. Could this be it?
Logic, trivial success. We still barely made it.
Oh no.
Broken, they're probably just stuck over
Oh
there.
my. What happened to the water lock?
It probably is unrelated to me, so it's just a technical problem.
Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful to both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect.
Extremely rare insect.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
Rare bug? Is that a Miss Mantis reference?
They don't know about the extremely rare insects piloting the detective. Well,
Yes.
maybe they do.
I don't know. It does sort of look like Lena is looking at us, so maybe she does know.
Maybe she does.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
So tell me about this insect.
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
No, we're talking about the insect, Kim.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but
Oh yeah. Here comes the interesting.
where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insular Indian coast.
Uh-huh.
Hence its name, the Insular Indian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officers.
Does Mantis just ratatouille everyone she plays?
That's what I imagine.
I mean, that would
A
that
lot
would
of them
track,
wear hats
you know?
too, so
That would track, I'm just saying. Also, are we tracking a giant stick bug?
maybe.
Cause like a reed is much bigger than a stick.
There's a touch of awe in the way she enunciated the creature's name.
To be honest, this animal sounds like a cryptid. You wouldn't happen to be searching for some kind of gnome of Jeroma, would you?
Kim, do you not see her name as literally Lena, the cryptozoologist's wife?
No, I don't think Kim gets the subtitles.
I smell pseudoscience, he's thinking. Not a big fan of that.
It's simply elusive. So much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all.
It's not a cryptid. It's just we don't know if it exists.
No, she told you it's not a stick, it's a reed.
It's a reed bug, Mantis, not a stick bug.
Pay attention, Mantis.
Establishment. I thought so.
Makes you think the phasmid is around
Well,
here.
some teenagers making out in the reed saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping.
Uh-huh.
Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insular Indian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at.
It's only a cryptid if you haven't discovered it.
Yeah.
You are correct. Is it dangerous?
Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully?
To hunt, obviously.
I'm just imagining finding a stick bug and being like, is that dangerous? No, that's just a funky little guy.
That's just a funky little guy. Now, tell me about the powers of things.
Does it breathe fire by chance?
Does
Does it turn invisible?
Does it possess any psychic powers?
Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds.
No, that's
It's
not a
how it's
power,
stayed hidden
Lena.
all these years, centuries even.
Lena, that's just biology.
Oh dear, I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special. Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
Okay, so just so that Kim's caught up, could you please explain to Kim that you're the wife of a cryptozoologist?
Yes.
Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
That's so lame, Lena. We want magic.
Magic mystery.
Yeah.
Is this it has to be like a stick bug dragon.
Yeah, it's a big reed bug that like can mind control people or something.
Yes. It's guarding an ancient treasure.
Yeah.
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
That's one opinion. And people are entitled to their opinions.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
Even when he has a dissenting opinion, he's still too nice.
Yeah.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that
They
are
get
so
paid for this,
exceedingly
Kim.
rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious.
Even when he's trying not to undermine with his words, he's accidentally undermining.
Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
I want to wave the reed bug around like a wand and cast fireball.
That would be so funny.
Yes.
Could you imagine like a D&D wand that's actually a stick bug? Like the magic stick bug.
Okay.
That would be funny.
D&D wand. That's a
Yeah.
stick bug, and you're familiar.
Cool.
Kim X Lena's my favorite enemies to lovers ship.
She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own.
Tell me about this Morel.
Oh dear, I'm not sure where to begin.
What does he look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
Let's try it again. If we were to meet him, what would I look for?
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame. And he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
A D&D wand that's the druid morphed into a stick bug. Yes.
That's funny.
Okay, if a druid morphs into a stick bug, can they then cast Shillelagh on themselves? Because they're a stick? In quotes?
If I'm the DM, I would say yes.
The lieutenant
A
pulls
druid
out
that could
his
slap you
notebook
for a
and
D8
begins
damage.
jotting down the woman's description.
Pretty good.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, just in case.
How long have you been married?
We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow.
This is completely irrelevant to discerning what to look out for, but how'd you two meet? We're now just gossiping.
Dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he'd just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
I hope I've been useful.
You could convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids.
Want some cryptid lore?
Yeah, let's hear some cryptid lore.
There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask.
Wow, we just hit it.
Oh yeah, you just hit it.
Wow, we rolled terribly on that.
Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company too.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
No cryptid extravaganza, Kim? No?
Okay, Kim, just one cryptid. We'll talk about more cryptids later. It's one for today.
He nods and assumes a waiting posture. Cryptids, cryptids. Let's hear about all the interesting cryptids.
Okay. The biggest cryptid, the tiniest cryptid, the most dangerous cryptid, or invisible cryptids, of which we have the Phasmid. You wear a D&D wand and the wizard thinks is their familiar, but is actually a hobo druid who morphed into a stick bug for tree housing. That would be really funny.
Which one would you like to hear about?
Kim is a hater for real. What is the smallest cryptid?
Cryobacter catlensis.
Kim, did you catch that?
It was Cryobacter catlensis.
Yes,
What is to miss?
a unicellular bacterium that was discovered in one of the northernmost points of Kotla on the Boreal Plateau by renowned geologist Caitlin Mijanou some 70 years ago.
You know they're really into this when they're talking about bacterium.
They're talking about cryptid bacteria. Wizard only finds out the wand is a hobo druid after a gnarly perception check.
Yes.
The bacterial colony Mijanou found had remained alive while frozen in ice for longer than anyone could reliably estimate. Certainly from before recorded history.
Huh.
Mijanou disappeared shortly after injecting herself with the
What?
bacteria and brought back to study. No doubt in hopes of prolonging her own life.
Okay, I now understand why this bacterium is a cryptid.
Shanu, why? Why did you do that?
There's
Why
an
did
immortal
you do that?
geologist. I intend to live forever too as a symbol. Prepping for the end times, to witness and record the twilight proceedings. You mean she injected herself with it?
Yes, the bacteria had survived in the ice since times immemorial. It is not hard to see where she could have gotten the idea.
It's actually a little hard to see. But do go on.
Kim's just like, I would never even think of that. Why?
She was just prepping for the end times, obviously.
Miss Janu did talk about the end of the world a great deal before her abrupt departure.
For real?
That makes a Spider-Man villain.
Yeah, for real it does.
Yeah, no, you're completely right. Find some weird frozen bacteria, just
I
stick
know
that
where that
straight into
goes.
your body.
Everyone thought the bacteria had driven her mad, but she really was a brilliant woman. Maybe the Cryobacter catlensis allowed her to see something no one else could.
Okay, we only said we'd listen to one cryptid, but do you think Kim will notice if we ask about a second cryptid? What about second cryptid?
What about second cryptid, Kim?
Hey, you promised you'd only ask about one cryptid.
Okay, he noticed immediately. That's the shit the lizard did in The Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah.
Dishonorable to renege on the promise, or ask him if he wants to hear about another cryptid.
What would you like?
Don't you want to hear about another cryptid?
The lieutenant pauses, thoughtfully. Something in him breaks.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Ah, fuck it. Let's have more cryptids.
The most dangerous cryptid is thought to have been the gnome of Jeroma.
Kim knows about this one. Kim giving off that Squidward energy.
Can we disprove that the detective and Kim aren't just SpongeBob and Squidward trying to solve a mystery? Except Kim is way nicer than Squidward, but
Yeah.
that's not the point.
None of its victims survived. Grieving relatives never even found their bodies because the gnome's venom dissolved organic tissue almost entirely.
I love the phrase, the gnome's venom.
I'm sorry. Did they find skeletons or nothing? I'm concerned. Has Kim said F yet?
I think that might have been the first
Oh.
time Kim said fuck.
Yeah, no, I think that is the first time, Kim has said F.
Ladies, gentlemen, and gentlemen, we finally broke
We
him.
broke him, it was cryptids.
It was cryptid.
It was reportedly a small creature with webbed fingers and a protruding forehead and a gangly little thing. Quite scary to look at. A couple of campers found it when it was already dying. They heard an odd wailing in the woods and followed the sound. They were scared and wrapped it in tarpaulin to suffocate it.
The hell?
It still took the gnome of Jeroma an entire day to die.
So what you're saying is we have a body.
Yeah, so we have a body then.
If the body of the creature was found, why aren't there detailed illustrations of it in science textbooks, confirming the existence of this very little species?
Alas, the first scientist who got his hands on the creature's corpse put it in a jar of formaldehyde, thinking that would detoxify the gnome's venom.
Kim has lost his reason for action.
Instead, all the venom leaked out of the creature's teeth and into the surrounding liquid, dissolving the creature itself. A poetic end, perhaps, but a real loss for science.
Huh. not immune to its own venom.
That would be the giant of Kokonur. The giant lives in the most arid parts of the vast Kokonur Desert in South Samara, casting a strange light across the barren wastes.
Kim is so autism core. Like, I'd like to say neither of these are neurotypical.
Yeah, I agree with that. Neither of them are neurotypical.
Define strange light.
Mirage or psychogenous luminance.
Is it dangerous?
The towering luminosity of Kokonur is a bad omen in local folklore. Some say it's a fata morgana, others, fate unimaginable.
And how big is it?
No one knows for sure. It is like an awful mountain appearing from below the horizon and expanding to cover almost a third of your field of vision.
Okay, that's pretty big. That's pretty big if it's in a desert.
Who are you? No animal can be that large. It's a mirage.
That's what makes it so peculiar. A species surviving at the very limits of scientific law. The giant of Kokonur must be the largest animal the planet can support. There are limits, you see, to how large a metabolism an ecosystem can beget. Some say a gravity anomaly below the Kokonur Desert might allow the creature to grow to these gargantuan sizes.
Kim isn't practicing patience, he's doing patience. This is what he trained for.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. This is great shit.
This is
Even more.
great shit. This is great shit.
What about invisible cryptids?
What an interesting question. And the answer is yes, there are.
Of course. All fairy tales have someone or something invisible in them.
You're right, Kim, it's childish, but I need to know. Josh, Kim just gonna tell me about the invisible cryptid. You're right, Kim, it's childish, but I need to know.
Okay, I won't spoil your fun. What is the invisible cryptid?
It's the Koldamama Dakwa.
The what?
Name means thin whisper of sound, and that's precisely what it is. Self-replicating sound waves, invisible and intangible.
What?
The Koldamama is very afraid of us, which makes it incredibly difficult to track.
I'm sorry, did you say self-replicating sound waves?
This cryptid is sound.
SpongeBob, we're to solve a murder. Let's get on with it, Kim. What does it sound like?
Like nothing, it's such a high-pitched sound that us humans can't hear it, nor can other animals. It could be ringing right outside your window and you wouldn't even know it. Could be anywhere. Everywhere, even.
Hang on, so it's a sound that nobody can hear, but we're pretty sure exists.
Fine, I'll bite. How can an animal be a sound?
Many scientists have asked the same question. Some have claimed that it isn't itself a sound, but a tiny corpuscle that emits sound waves. But there's no evidence to support this theory.
Could it be here? Right now?
It could be. As I said, it could be everywhere. And we wouldn't know any better. It could be ringing all the days of our lives and nights.
Oh, that's what was keeping me awake. The cryptid was in my room.
Cryptid was in
Maybe it's predatory.
staring at you. Screaming.
It's not. Don't worry. If it were predatory, we would have found it by the damage it inflicts.
I wouldn't be so sure. What if the damage is also invisible?
Yeah, what if the damage is invisible? Have you considered that? Stop talking about Crips. Go make Krabby Patties.
Plenty. It's the evidence that led to its discovery. In the 20s, a group of areopagite ornithologists, that is, scientists who study birds, were trying out a new recording technology for capturing sounds outside the range of human hearing. When playing back recordings they had made in the foothills of the Ea mountain range, they noticed certain anomalies, patterns that seemed random at first, but on closer examination were consistent with the waveforms of songbirds.
Nod eagerly.
The scientists soon discovered they could track and even predict what appeared to be feeding, mating, and migration patterns based on sound waves in a strictly delimited range of ultrasonic frequencies, even higher than those of the highest pitched bat calls.
Interesting.
She transforms, when speaking about these strange animals, into a confident woman.
They realized that they had discovered a new species and called it the Koldumamadakwa, after the Paracanassian name for the voice of God, which is said to be very silent.
Wow.
They grew quite obsessed with these little birds. Even though they couldn't see them, they could distinguish among individual birds and even began to name some of them.
I'm sorry, they're naming the invisible, like, birds that they can only detect through, like, ultrasonic, like, wavelengths.
Sequester,
You gotta have some
Pine,
fun.
Joscan. Those are but some of the Mamadakwa they followed individually.
Huh.
That is a sad story. A group of university students assisting with the fieldwork in their enthusiasm for the project, and no doubt because they were preoccupied with impressing their professors, nearly drove it to extinction.
Hello, you've reached the home of unrecognized talent, Kim.
They tried to communicate with it and had no other means but sound. So they started sending out sound waves at frequencies they thought might match the Mamadakwas. And what happens when a sound wave meets another sound wave of the same frequency, dear?
Oh dear.
This lady really should be a teacher. She's really good at the explaining things thing.
At the same frequency, it depends on, like, the pattern. If they overlap each other perfectly, they amplify. If they intermix, like, you know, like at peaks and valleys overlap each other, then they cancel each other out.
Oh, is that true? That's interesting.
Yes, if they are half and half, they'll kind of reach a midway point between the two.
Interesting.
Exactly. And these tests were performed so recklessly that when they happened upon the right frequency, well, they wiped out most of the population.
Great regret washes over her, a wending cloth.
After that, the corpuscle appears to have migrated elsewhere. There have been recordings of anomalies similar to those spotted in Ea, but they've been few and far between. It's impossible to confirm the presence of any stable Koltumamadakwa population anywhere.
Of course. A common thread in these. Disappearance and unfalsifiability. I like the story, though, man.
West, I thought you said Weast. Okay, that could be a that could be like actual dialogue, though.
I'm glad you did, dear. What about what?
Unfortunately,
Well,
we're out of cryptids. If you think of any more cryptids, Lena, please call us.
Kim.
Of
No!
course, dear.
Okay, Lena, I'd like to submit myself as a cryptid. I have no memories.
Surely things can't be that bad.
I was hoping I'd wake up and remember stuff. It hasn't worked.
You sense that she won't judge you, no matter what you say.
Catastrophic.
You know where we are, right?
A war zone at the edge of the world. Oh. We're dead, haunting each other. We're in Revachol.
That's right. In a hostel called the Whirling in Rags, to be precise.
Okay.
Yes. And Revachol?
It's an island.
Oh
It
my.
is an island.
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world.
Oh, right, no,
Fortunate
Revachol's
to be here, you and I.
Martinez. Or is it? Or is it Martinez and then... I don't remember.
I think Martinez is the local area.
Yeah, Martinez is local
Then
area.
Revachol is the
Revachol.
greater city. Then I don't remember what the name
It
of the
was...
island.
The island is a different name, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Music theory, yeah. Read music fact, Kim.
I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days.
You must look quite lost.
Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
As we are approaching the end times. Spring of 51, 973. Oh. I know we're approaching the end times. I don't remember what year Kim said it was.
Perhaps, dear, perhaps. For now, it's just the spring of 51.
Okay. Spring of 51. Got it.
She is perturbed by your not knowing what year it is, but not by your mention of the apocalypse. It must be the end times. The lieutenant studies you, rubbing his chin. I'm beginning to suspect that you might indeed be completely adrift in this reality, thinks the lieutenant. How can it be that bad? Never mind. We're in this now.
I like the idea that Kim is just like, okay, so the detective definitely has got some brain problems, maybe some actual brain damage, but he seems pretty competent. He hasn't said anything too outlandish. And Harry's just like, okay, I'm gonna come clean here. I don't remember anything.
Outside, spring rain seeps into the cracks in the walls and the cobblestone streets, and into grated storm drains, all the way down into the sewers. Above ground, the first maybells blossom.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Kind of democracy. I'd like to think it's the dictatorship of the proletariat. Something tells me it's not. Leaders are fierce warriors who traverse the plains on steeds who are governed by intelligent machines that from calculations determine the freest market, run hustles and grinds.
That's the government in Brock the Investigator.
That is the government in Brock the Investigator. Radios are being used to control people's minds and restore perception of reality, concealing our true masters, foreigners, and women. Copper living in the
Radio.
cop machine.
Well, while you figure that out, I'm gonna make some tea. Does anyone want me to grab something from the kitchen for them?
Can I have some tea too?
Of course.
I'm gonna go with some kind of democracy.
Democracy?
Ruled by people that don't live here, so. Really, democracy is doing some great lifting.
It's doing some heavy lifting.
No, sadly
Doing some
not.
assisted lifting.
Revachol is what's called a zone of control under an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have no government of our own, and what democracy we have is market-driven.
The concept of a market-driven democracy is depressing. Case in point, America.
It is quite disappointing, yes. A lot of people would like some form of representation. There's talk, but for now, the RCM is all we've got. Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't really any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
So, how'd I do?
You didn't do very well, dear. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
Well, it's lasted a whole day now, so I think we should be a little worried.
She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good.
I mean, I do know about the revolution, but...
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new. Something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago. It has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to explain it better.
I'm just a poor woman, she thinks. What do I know of these things? And how can I help you?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a police officer.
Of course. Then, I don't know, someone rich maybe. Wealthy people are educated, though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez. But thank you, sweetie. You did make me forget about my worries for a while.
I made her forget about her worries by adding my worries.
Tremble. The time is now. Taola.
I don't think the time is now. Later, maybe?
Time for the show. For Taola. The hallowed time of fear and disintegration. A countdown has begun. All will collapse on itself. The world will disappear into a single grain of blackness. All sound will be muted. All life will scream. Ulogu Theodos, Xeno Zausin, Ipoli Osithien, Echondes Fronisin.
Yeah, well, that sums that up pretty perfectly, Half-Life. Thank you.
Monday morning, the moment you arrived in this reality, are the first crack in the sheer face of God. From you it will spread.
Yeah, this is really an interesting way of describing... Well, I mean... You play the game, you reach the end. You stop playing the game. The world of the game technically reaches an end. When you hit the end point, there isn't anything beyond that. It's kind of interesting to think about.
Yes, you spoke the words of the Palindropos and the houses of Pericarnassus. Items, people, even words will tumble. All will lose its meaning in the coming years. That is why you marked yourself.
Some kind of coping mechanism. Out of. That was a mistake.
It's totally also a coping mechanism. So you should be. The world island crumbles at your feet, and in the far plain, Palindropos. Perhaps, just a thought, this has something to do with the hangover.
It probably has something to do with the hangover, but thinking about the existentialism about how game worlds exist.
The face of the woman fractures. There will be herd killing. We all become vapor.
Cop of the apocalypse. -1 rhetoric, rambling madman. Remember about the end of the world. It's not your normal everyday doom crying either. Something truly colossal is approaching. Lovely. Really figure out what's threatening the fragile physical reality you find yourself in. So, Gart, about the broken
Can I
telephone?
help you? Another thing. Great. I love those. Yes, and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it. Losers.
It's true that there was foul play.
Who told you that?
I would never disclose my sources. That would be dishonorable.
Fine, yeah. It looked like someone had messed with the wiring. It was shortly after the hanging, but I don't know if it's at all related. Plenty of assholes around here who aren't murderers. If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know, so I can forward them the repair bill.
I didn't see a sign that says I couldn't go into the kitchen, because I definitely went into the kitchen.
What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business.
Maybe something pertinent to the investigation.
He wasn't pan-fried. He was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with... Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must.
Okay.
Yes?
The kitchen is closed until 1. I shouldn't go bother the cook.
Let me handle this.
You seem a little different today. Less hospitable.
You are far from home, Lieutenant. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen.
Right. Did it seem friendlier? You do my
Not
job.
a muscle moves in her face, but her eyes trace yours, stern and perceptive.
You are looking for Titus Hardy, who you think has information on a murder the RCM is investigating. You want to interview him.
Actually, I was mostly just saying hi.
That's Titus. Talk to him, but know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming, nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
I want to talk to you, not Bacchus.
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one.
I saw what you were thinking. You want to say, what are you going to do to me? Don't. Just because it's in your head doesn't mean you have to say it. You will not lose out on anything good by not saying it.
That's your fault.
Obviously, I'm a lawyer, a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. I would urge you to consider what you say to my clients. Aggressive, you make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
It's a financial buffer zone. Fish is not unlawful. It's cool and funny. Oh. Know where you heard that, but it's wrong. There seems principled and strong. Like that good start. Let's take a step to uprising the union's plans. Don't think I feel any of these things, so.
Let's.
Was that? Could it be? The Col de Mama Dakwa? No, it's probably just your imagination ringing in your ear. There seems to be an extremely high-pitched ring. Ultrasonic. Lena said it was very high-pitched, right? It's like something tickles your ear. There it is again. You're about to rediscover a long-lost species. It must be very close. Maybe, just maybe, it will come toward you.
Curious.
What are you doing? You're a police officer, not a pansy ornithologist. The only birds you should be looking for are healthy women of childbearing age.
Shut up, physical instrument. I'm listening for birds.
No, I don't hear the Col de Mama Dakwa, and neither do you.
Of course he doesn't. He's deaf. Oh no. The sound. It's moving away. Somewhere over there. Go after it. No. Too late. It's gone. There is no ringing anymore. Just the sound of the streets. Keep your ears peeled, then. If the species really has migrated to Martinez, you're sure to hear it again.
Interesting. Wow, that's another 7 hour. Okay. Doesn't have any negatives to it, remarkably. I assume Kuno's over here. Yep. Still got Kuno over there. Okay, so we need... Okay, we need to go interview the lorry drivers to learn about the smuggling operation. We need to go and turn in our bottles. Get some money.
The tear machine stands in the corner. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. Do you know what you should do with that money, kiddo?
Okay, we got a whole $1. Might have money enough to buy something small. We also now do have the opportunity to talk to Joyce. Let's get reality lowdown, find Morel. The jam mystery. We can talk about that. I mean, the guard's not gonna let me into the kitchen. Right? I can't just go bother the cook right now? I am just going to...
A thin man is smoking below
I'm
an
just
exhaust
back into
hood,
the
occasionally
kitchen.
sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Garancy and Kubek. It must be his name. Garancy. Garancy Kubek. Sounds representative.
Oh boy.
The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air.
Says you're friends with Manana, which you're making pots.
He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door.
Are you friends with Manana?
The mention of Manana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then he falls silent again.
Hello, Motts. Welcome back.
Hello. Sorry if I was gone a bit longer. I got hungry and ate a banana.
It's okay.
They're friends?
You making borscht?
The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his, and then seems to wait for you to speak.
Oh. Kim is so done. Yes.
It's important, Kim.
Oh. Sorry, I don't understand, sir.
Just one word. Sounds quizzical. Then he awaits your answer, with his brow arched.
What do you want to do?
Oh, no, I have to say yes or no? Yes.
Borscht need more vodka?
Oh, he's putting vodka in it.
Okay. He said he's asking if the borscht needs more vodka.
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Vodka, boy! I love it, Bratan! Turn it the fuck up and then ask for some yourself.
I like to imagine every time the horrific necktie starts talking that Harry flinches. All of a sudden, as if someone started shouting in his ear.
I mean, the perfect necktie doesn't ever not screech.
Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg.
Yes, and your fingers clock. Turn the vodka up. No, vodka. Cut it out. Dave's cooking to you. Oh. No, he's drinking vodka. Oh. Like,
What do you want to do?
Like, why in particular are we looking at borscht?
We're just curious, I think.
Yeah, I was just curious.
Just wanted to know.
I'm not going to mess with your borscht.
The cook gives you a long, inspecting look, then shrugs too, and seems to wait for you to speak.
I like your pots. They look very nice.
He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn.
Well, you have a good day. Stay masculine.
Harry, that's not a normal thing that normal people say.
Electrochemistry and horrific necktie hanging up right now.
Yeah. You're gonna do the stroll right past them.
I talked to, like, Elizabeth, and she yelled at me.
She yelled at you?
Yes.
Why?
Because she's a lawyer.
That's true, she is.
And she's dropped the whole, like, gardener,
Shtick.
Let's see, what else did you miss? So I gained a couple new thoughts. Cop of the Apocalypse.
Nice.
Cold de Mama de Aqua. I walked outside and started hearing the invisible birds, so, you know.
Oh, that's great. We love hearing the invisible birds.
Yeah. I also have the reality lowdown that we can get from Joyce now.
Rich people are educated.
Yes. Let's see. Talk to Gart. He mentioned that somebody cut the phone line. If we find out who did it, to let him know.
Alright, so what's next on your agenda? You've got quite a few things you still have to
We
do.
got a lot of stuff to do. Like... Okay, we do need to report back to Plaisance.
Oh, yes.
Let's go report back to Plaisance. Maybe buy the map. If we have money.
You've got, like, almost $7.
Yeah. How much do you think the map is? Like 2?
I have no idea.
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus?
The dark sarcophagus.
Yes. How was it?
Cardinal House of Failed Business Enterprises leeching life energy from this bookstore. So they adopt nothing to see there, just heaps of garbage. Just let the sun shine in.
What do you want to say?
I mean, it is mostly just garbage. You know?
Junk.
Like, there's no ghost. It's very disappointing.
But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity?
I talked to the entity.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
She's not sorceress or some malicious entity. She's a businesswoman like you. No, man, I felt her aura. She's not to blame for this curse. I may be involved. I don't have a way to question the malignant entity further. I kind of want to say she's not the one to blame for this curse.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
Before you say anything, ask yourself, is the woman really able to withstand the truth?
She might not. She might not survive if we tell her.
Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her.
The uncertainty is killing her.
You've come this far. You know how to end it. There is an entity behind the entity.
Is there too many consistencies? Source is the taxidermist shop. He became involved, started the taxidermy, and brought the void spirits down upon this place. A strange radio computer thing. It's another entity more malignant pulling the strings. Martinez, perhaps my travels are all cross paths with it.
How do you want to handle this?
Oh. Do you think we could convince her that the entity is capitalism?
The entity is capitalism. As it always is.
Too many inconsistencies or another entity more malignant? What do you think? 1 or 4?
Interesting. 4?
A third order presence, yes.
A great dark relief washes over her.
I've heard of these triactors. In certain occult literature, that's too dark to dwell on for too long, and definitely not in public. I understand everything, sir. Thank you for your descending into the maelstrom. I will keep fort up here, strengthen the wards, do my best. And if you happen upon the third entity in your travels, may the Lord be with you.
Maybe the real entity were the friends we made along the way.
Well, this has been absolutely educational. If we happen on the third presence in our travels, we will certainly come back to tell you.
Yes, the venture continues. In other waters. Darker waters.
Should we get out of here before the vortex collapses?
I want to
Then
buy
why
a
are you
book.
talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy anything? See those shelves there? Go. Be drawn.
Be drawn.
Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
She's attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods. She doesn't care about the books. She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
Okay, so the map was upstairs.
Yeah.
Somewhere. Is it over here?
I
That's the
think
map?
so. I think
Several
the map is
maps
there.
have
Yeah,
been
map.
attached to a bulletin board. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
I didn't look at the map of Revachol.
The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East. Hudon, it's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then
Somewhere
there's
to
General.
live.
It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst. It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock. The strip of coast next to the Greater Rivershell Industrial Harbor. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest.
Well,
No, Coal City is worse. A charred limb. Rain falls on its slick black streets. And then there's the burnt-out quarter in the heart of Jamrock. Is it cold in this bookstore? Or is it just you? No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive.
okay, I'm gonna buy me a map.
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
Now you
Now-
got a map.
We have a map.
Look at all those places you haven't been to yet.
There's like location stuff that we haven't.
Yeah, these are checks.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah.
Ah. It tells you like where they are.
Mm-hmm.
That's neat. Handy. Off we go, Kim.
Finally, back to the mystery.
Yes. The mystery that is afoot. So, Kim, which mystery do you want us to investigate first?
The murder case.
Must we investigate the murder case? It's still only 9/11. we got time. We go investigate I don't know.
The Insulindy or Plasmid?
We can't reach the Phasmid though.
Oh yeah,
It's by the reeds. We can't reach the reeds
the bridge is closed.
until Wednesday.
Not until Wednesday.
We could investigate the smuggling, but
Oh,
that
yeah.
does involve having to likely talk to the racist lorry driver, which no one wants to do.
The union boss wants you to open that door.
That is true. We do need to open the door.
Where are y'all going?
We're just walking and talking.
Okay.
Okay. Where to first, do you think? Oh? Are you one of the lorry drivers? You very well might be. Hello, strange person.
You see a
I don't think you were
street
here
vendor
before.
surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin. The name Sileng is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer! Everything's cool here. Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer.
I think it's cool because it was snowing yesterday.
From out on the bay, a cool wind gathers. It sweeps into the city, tugging at the textiles hanging around the stand. Some distance away, the sound of a tin can clattering across the street can be heard.
You're very cool. Bang, 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 bang!
He gave you the finger guns.
You think I'm cool?
Oh, yes! You got style. You got personal style. You know what you like.
Kim, he thinks I'm cool.
You like premium menswear. Look around and browse. Everything looks cool on a guy like you. Take your time.
Don't be distracted by the flattery and fun of the act.
To give you some
Questions.
3%. That ain't happening.
Only the coolest goods in Revachol. I've got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfy pants too. Try them on right here. No shame, only freedom.
So he sells stuff.
Okay.
I'm an entrepreneur, officer. I've got sauces, buyers, suppliers, distributors, manufacturers, wholesalers, all extremely cool and above board.
That man is being so nice right now.
Yes.
You can tell he's from out of town. He's nice. Everyone else is mean.
Everyone else is mean. He could be just trying to get you to buy stuff.
A discount for cool officers?
No need for discounts at ceilings, officer. Everything's already on sale. Anything you want, 50% off.
Kim, 50% off.
Kim just sighs.
Anything
Detective.
You know what you'd like. Such a nice way of saying you dress weird.
Yes!
Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. All Revachol. Very
Back to
cool.
business.
I like your style, officer.
There's a pile of cheap sunglasses in a small box, a variety of shapes and colors.
You like sunglasses, officer? I've got the latest styles right here.
Abort. These are hideous. What's more, they don't even fit your face. You can feel them pinching your nose and chafing against your brow.
Damn, officer! You look like a mega secret spy. Very secret. They're practically made for you. I'll let you have them for 2 real and 50 cents.
They're perfect for concealing your bloodshot and baggy eyes.
No, you are definitely not buying those.
Kim's just like, I refuse to let you wear those sunglasses. No.
You're right, I'm too sensible for those.
Are you sure? But they look so good on you. You should think this through, officer.
+1 electrochemistry,
Some
-1
self-destruction.
Jesus!
These are all boring. Boring third-rate ho-hum sunglasses made of cheap Syrahese plastic. The kind of plastic that melts in the sun.
Well, that's not good plastic.
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, super material, very cool. UV resistant. These will definitely keep your eyes safe and cool while doing your dangerous police work.
What is our conceptualization at, even?
Up there? Number
Bad.
It's bad. It's not great. Do you want to put a point in there?
Put a single point into conceptualization to make this a 8%
Holy
chance.
smokes!
Okay. You got this, Harry. 8% chance, go.
No luck. All you find is this lime-colored cellophane visor, produced by a bargain sportswear brand called Amphibian, apparently. There's a malformed green frog on its bent cap.
Oh, that visor is perfect for you, officer. It'll definitely keep the sun out of your eyes while you're shooting criminals. Bang, bang! And all for a mere 6 real.
Give our firefight sign we should be prepared for.
I hope not.
What? We only have the one gun.
We only have the one gun. Yours is missing.
You don't like it? Sure, Square Joe. No problem. Let's get you some real shades.
The amphibian sports visor. Hey, it gives you +1 perception.
Does. It's $6 though from +1 perception.
Yeah, you'd have a penny to your name. Maybe come back for the amphibian for a sports visor.
You see 2 lowly, defeated speakers, thralls,
You also have
slaves
speakers.
basically,
Interesting.
perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of found, durable wear sneakers, ultra series.
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
A pair of found ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple. A futuristic silhouette with a sleek monochrome colorway, a jet black upper, and a silver-lined midsole.
Maybe it's no, like, snakeskin like shoes,
Those
but
sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest found sneakers. Super rare, super fine, super cool. Only 50 real.
50 real.
50.
It does give you +1
You know-
reaction speed, +1 hand-eye coordination, makes you dumber. Actively makes you dumber.
You need encyclopedia. I'm just kidding.
My encyclopedia cannot get much worse.
You can have an encyclopedia of zero.
These once respectable speakers have been conquered, reduced to a mere prop by the indomitable, foul ultras atop them.
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers are the stars here.
Look at
And
the
I already
sneakers, not
looked
the
at the
speakers.
sneakers.
Then look at them again. The premium lifestyle sneakers, officer. The best on the market.
But what about the sad conquered speakers?
No way, officer. These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk.
These are socialist speakers.
Socialist speakers. I think I might be low-fi socialist junk myself. I don't have a need for speakers at the moment, but they've come up twice.
Yes.
No, officer. You're a high-class policeman who accepts nothing less than the best. Lucky for you, I've got the best on sale.
I know myself. I want the speaker. I do deserve more than low-fi social sound system. I do deserve low-fi
You
social
do,
sound
officer,
system.
you do. Remember, we don't have to resort to socialism. We can have nice things too. At socialist prices.
This game kills me.
Yeah.
There are clothes inside. Cheap second-hand clothes, smelling of strangers' body odors.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places.
Will cool shades appear on the icon in the corner?
I don't believe so.
Unfortunately, I don't think so, because I am currently wearing, like, a pair of glasses, and they aren't on the picture.
I believe the pictures will remain static.
Unless you don't look in the mirror, in which case they'll remain fuzzy.
Yes, that's true, but
it might change if you manage to stop the expression, though.
oh yeah, if you stop the expression, it
Economical,
does
but
change.
also trendy. Look first hand, buy second hand. Keep the economy moving.
I'm saying worth salvaging for that pile of rags. Okay,
That's better.
58% composure. What is my composure? Yeah,
3.
2. 3, yeah. Yeah, I can put 2 points into it. Yeah. Let's go.
No good. All you can come up with are some treated wool pants. You can tell they're too tight around your thighs and too loose around the waist.
Touch the woolly pants, discard the woolly pants, discard the woolly
Black?
pants.
Why not take another look, officer? Keep supporting the economy.
Oh no!
Oh my goodness.
+2 half light. This 1 composure. -1 savoir-faire. Why do I get the impression that if I touch them I'd somehow lose morale or something? Well,
Well, you have some
run, Kim.
run, Kim.
Okay, well,
You have options.
we've got options. We could buy the frog visor,
This is the episode of Fuck Around. Next episode will be Find
Now
Out.
we're turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
You seem like a man who knows about drugs.
Like a man who knows about drugs. I feel like you're profiling him for smoking on the curb.
Probably are, yeah.
Now it's turning into a kind of a... Ah, man. Me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know?
I feel like that's something Harry, or the detective, could vibe with.
Yes.
But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
Just be straight with him.
Do you finance those other addictions with drug trafficking? Get high, I'm looking for a dealer. Be straight with you. I'm trying to figure out who's smuggling drugs after Terminal B. What's up, everyone? I'm F around Mantis, and I'm Find Out Motts.
Yeah, that's
Okay, suggestion is saying be straight with him. I'm not sure if we should be straight with him or try to be a bit more subtle.
it's
Harry's a genius.
Yes. Now, they sometimes give you good advice, and sometimes they give you bad advice.
They do.
They can. It can go either way. You kind of have to vibe check yourself a little bit.
I'm looking for the drugs, you see. I wink at Kim. I very visibly wink at Kim.
Hey, man, that's serious criminal talk. Are you trying to pull some sort of an entrapment thing on me?
No, of course not.
And what's your deal here?
So much for subtlety. Better get straight to the point.
Okay.
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration.
Why are you still hanging around?
Gotta guard
then?
the stuff. Bosses don't look kindly on missing cargo, and it gives me time to work on my rhymes.
Working on these rhymes clearly leads to muscular atrophy. Make sure you don't get hooked on poetry.
Physical Instrument is concerned about you getting hooked on phonics.
Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
He's a poet. Hit him with your best verse.
Oh, goodness. Oh, no.
Our conceptualization is not going to get any better than that.
I don't know if you have any minuses to conceptualization going on. You can't check right now. Oh, wait, you can.
I can just leave. Let's see.
No, I don't see it.
No
so
minuses.
I mean, there's that.
Have you got anything that gives us conceptual? We could put on a shirt.
You could put on a shirt.
Different shirt. Okay.
Instead of the mesh tank top you've been wearing.
It's an insane tank top.
I'm sorry. The insane tank top you've been wearing.
Okay. Well, what does that bring our conceptualization
Now it's turning into a
to?
kind
17.
of a snow limbo, man. What's
It
on your
says
mind?
that you can retry it.
Yeah,
I
you can.
can't, though.
You can.
I can't put any more points into conceptualization. Yeah. But quick save.
Now it's turning
I want
into
to see how bad
kind
this
of
gonna
a
roll.
snow limbo, man.
Your best verse? You don't even have a
8
bad
out of
verse in
13.
here. Just tumbleweed and liquor stains. Wait, no. What are you doing?
She broke me.
That's brutal, man. But you know, time will.
No, stop. He's already mortified.
Oh god.
These are my rhymes.
That's
Oh no.
In the name of God, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. These are your rhymes. They're from your life. Doesn't matter if they're robust, they're honest. So, thanks, man.
Yes. And I also thank you for stopping. I have a drug investigation to return to. How about we do that?
We got a +1 to our empathy because he liked our emotional film. We got anything else for empathy?
I don't know. You've got
Oh,
nothing
wow.
minusing empathy, so
Yeah.
that's good.
That is true.
Now it's
Can
turning
we
into a kind of a
look into his
snow
eyes
limbo, man.
and see something?
In his eyes, an unfamiliar longing. Flecks of brown and gold.
Oh, we actually succeeded.
It's hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest, down the street that goes beyond the horizon. The road continues for miles, flowing together with other roads, turning into causeways or bridges, ending suddenly in dead ends, or ramping up or down highways. It forms a crisscross pattern across the land.
Staring deeply into this man's eyes, then hallucinating road.
Hallucinating roads. Networks.
Above the Jamrock Quarter, in the form of a raised motorway, and then the never-ending sprawl of Forburg, high above buildings, new and old, the air filled with the rumble of motor engines. To the old south, to the farthest outskirts of Revachol, through the checkered fields of farmland, upstream to the river Esperance, past Montmartin, the border approaches. You cannot see. It's out of the city. Up ahead, the mist blocks all sight. A gale blows across your cheeks. It is cold. Before you stands a tall lorry driver with sad eyes.
Excuse me.
Oh. We've got a breakthrough imminent.
Yes.
I'm a cop, I can fix anything. You can tell me. I've felt something similar since I woke up.
Man, I don't know what to say. Not much anyone can do. There's no helping in absence, you know. I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way, waiting all the way in Diora. And here I am stuck in this shit, so far from home. Diora of the Seven Seas. It's on the other end of Le Caillou, pretty much, on another island called Laurentide, off mainland. We've got a little place there. Can almost hear my kid laugh when it snows.
Aw.
What's it like? Good. And bad. An ache that brings you joy. I think of them a lot. I dream up these silly scenarios in great detail of living with them. It comforts me.
That's sweet.
What about you, Cop Man? You missing someone?
Is that what it is? This feeling? No, it's scarier than that. You're pursued by a hunter, smelling of apricots and sorrow, and the past.
I miss my gun. I'm fine, man. I don't miss anyone. Miss someone, but I don't know who it is. Now I feel hunted. I miss someone. I don't know who.
I feel for you, my friend. It's bad enough to know who you miss. Missing like that doesn't feel like it has much of an upside. But, thanks for this. It's nice to talk to someone, and I know it wasn't easy to ask. I hope you find your way through your own troubles.
Thank you. Oh.
Rigorous self-critique. Here it is. Hard facts from the man you are. You once jerked off in the locker room and were caught. You held a young woman by the arm and kept her in your apartment for 20 minutes against her will. That's right.
No.
These are not flights of fancy. These are real deeds, Harry, emerging from the darkness of your past. You tried shooting a fleeing suspect in the foot, but hit him in the pelvis, crippling him for life. And, above all, you let life defeat you. All the gifts your parents gave you, all the love and patience of your friends, you drowned in a neurotoxin. You let misery win, and it will keep on winning till you die, or overcome it.
What bonuses does rigorous self-critique give us?
Okay, so...
Psyche red check failures heal morale. Moderate fixed red check failures heal health. Learning cap for pain threshold raised to 6. I'm sorry, failing red checks can heal me now?
Yes.
Huh. Fascinating. Up for perception. What is my perception at? Okay, yeah. Oop. Okay. I did want to get indirect modes of taxation. I can't internalize it.
You might need to spend
Yeah.
Either that or take away one of these.
So to forget sighing costs a skill point as well. Okay. If I'm understanding that correctly.
It might, yeah. I mean, at that point you might as well use one to unlock a thing.
Let's get indirect modes of taxation. Okay. I think we've rattled them long enough, Kim. It's time to go harass the people.
I forgot about the people in the fucking rolling in rags.
Have we talked to this man? Like, we've talked to this man, right?
I think maybe he was sleeping before? Was he not? I don't know.
Okay, well, we've talked to him now, and it was not particularly helpful. Excuse me? Like, yeah.
She's not a fan. She's not a fan.
Rude?
She's gonna try to protect them, you know?
This is where you say your bed.
He's used to giving orders and having them obeyed immediately. You should not indulge him.
Detective.
Precinct 57's finest scans the room, leaving the speaking to you. He trusts you. Maybe against his better judgment, but he does.
Kim trusts you.
He probably shouldn't.
A mistake.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
What, is he fucking kidding? This guy high or something?
Hey, asshole, up here. We're talking to you.
We're looking for Titus Hardy.
Kim, no, I got this. You gotta stand here for 20 minutes and have a stare down. They need to come talk to me. That's the thing.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that won't.
You sure took your time, huh? Waited for him to get real ripe and pretty for you.
Oh, he was a real pretty boy. Hanging up there, letting out that pretty boy smell.
I can't for the life of me understand why you did it. I mean, I would have just left him up there. You must really like cleaning up other people's shit.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
These guys are so macho, they're ready to confess to first-degree murder. Ask if it was them.
No. I's here. You got business with my boys. You got business with me.
The boys are too eager to please him to keep their mouths shut. You're gonna get a good head count here. Just wait.
Yeah! You fuck with the Hardy boys, you fuck with Titus Hardy.
Relax, Dennis. No one is fucking you yet.
Yeah, Dennis, calm down. No one's fucking you, you stupid fuck.
Let Dennis enjoy his fucking, man. We don't mind.
Yeah, you're not even being fucked, Dennis.
Easy, fellas. We got company. Let's see what brings the cop around.
Too late. You already scanned the room. You got a pretty good picture.
A picture of what?
Of the actor's hair. You could take another look at the tracks in the mud on the crime scene. Compare it to these guys.
Yeah?
Oh, okay. Nice. Fat Angus. You know, Fat Angus. We all know Fat Angus, right? Is there a skinny Angus?
Yes, but he's not here today. He
Yeah.
called in sick.
Yeah, he called in sick.
The pretty boy. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
I've spoken to the dead man.
I've spoken to the
Cult
dead
vision.
That is fucking bizarre. A magic man. A goddamn magician.
I like to imagine Kim pulls Harry aside and is like, no, do not try the unorthodox interrogation on him.
The lieutenant waits for your reply, patiently. His foot taps only a little.
He said communism killed him. He said love did him in. He did say both of those.
Yeah. He said love did him in. Does that mean anything to you? Because it doesn't mean anything to me.
Well, fortune teller. You might be onto something. They don't just end up in trees for nothing.
There was a speck of truth in there for him. You accidentally touched something.
We had something else, beside the occult vision.
We did, Kim? Did
We
we?
had to have something. His foot tapping has become less patient now.
Oh, right, the container belt, Kim.
Container belt, like we use in the harbor? Because we took it from the harbor where we work. Then we went out back and used it to hang him.
As he speaks, his fists contract, going through the pulling motion again, savoring it.
We did this. Together. All of us. Until he was dead. That's why there's a container belt around his neck.
Aha, so you just confessed to murder. That's it, the game's over, we got the perpetrator.
That's it, wrap it up. That was a good game.
Ride.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time.
They're playing to their considerable strength in numbers. Don't talk about arresting them. You'll only bring attention to your inability to do so.
Kim, do we even have 7 pairs of handcuffs between us? No, detective.
Detective,
we'll be lucky
I think
if we have 3.
one.
We'll be lucky if we have 3 between the 2 of us.
I really doubt that the detective knows where his handcuffs are.
Yeah.
He doesn't know where his badge or his gun is.
I think we're also still missing quite a number of pieces of our uniform, so...
That too!
Right, I guess. When did this incident
You
occur?
don't have to answer any of his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
How long did you know the victim?
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier? The representative for White Pines? The same company you're striking against?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what? Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
Okay, but I do need my badge to ask her about that, so...
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
That was my first question. I know they likely anticipate you'll go down the list. I never go down the list.
You seldom ever do.
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a hardy boy without arresting all hardy boys.
I want to hear this from Titus.
Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
She probably knows better if she's a lawyer, which she is.
Elizabeth, I'm going to be completely real with you. You definitely heard the sound of Measurehead hitting the ground.
I don't think... You may have taken down one Measurehead. I don't know if you could take down... How many of those?
There are 7.
Oh dear.
What I'm saying is I could probably put Titus through the table.
I can take them, says the detective. Kim's just like, no, you can't. Stop.
Titus, keep addressing him. He wants everyone to know he's in charge.
Who do you fucking think does?
Interesting.
How do you want to proceed?
Everett
Clare runs the union. You answer to him, right?
You keep him the fuck out of this. We have autonomy. It's all on us. Evrard runs the Union. I run the Hardy Boys.
When Titus Hardy says he runs the Hardy Boys, he means that in an administrative capacity. On that night, everyone acted as one man.
I can take you. Harry, you couldn't even remember your badge.
Yes.
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
I felt pretty bad about the person I was trying to shoot in the foot and hit in the pelvis. So...
You know, no, you're talking to the sorry cop here.
Yeah.
You know, he's sorry about a lot of things.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
You was different. We enforce the law, you just kill people like it's nothing else. I drink so much I can't really remember. I'm doing my job.
Oh, so you are just a simple, well-meaning man, eh? Ever been in solitary? Prison is a charter. That's what it is.
Talking to Measurehead is also torture, so, you know.
This is true.
So is hanging a man, slowly, without breaking his neck.
Why did you kill him?
'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town.
I love the response of glad we cleared that up.
And he stepped out alive.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Kohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
Hey, he was Special Forces, though.
'Cause one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm Oranese goddamn Special Forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all!
Really?
Really?
Really? Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some Oranese paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
Okay, I would like to say, that does sound like something Harry would do. And Harry has had some amount of, like, parallel connection with the victim. So I'm actually kind of inclined to believe this.
We couldn't believe it either. But he fucking did. Right there. Like some kind of animal.
Wrong. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
Well, that's not good.
No.
There's a slight unease in him, suddenly. He regrets mentioning the rape.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. And that was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah, this girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
No, you're not getting the name. That's a Martinez matter. I'm not discussing it with you clowns. We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, Copper?
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
I'm getting the impression that the RCM does not have cop school.
Yeah, probably not. I wonder.
You're pretty sure you've had at least 2 years of cop school and many more of active service.
Authority seems to
2
believe
years of cop.
Authority seems to believe cop school exists.
Certainly enough to not put up with this backsass. Deliver a knockdown observation.
You listen to me, Sonny Jim.
Funny Jim is dialogue.
Look, I'm not gonna play 20 questions with you, Capo. I'll say it again.
I cracked the mask there for a second.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. I knocked him out. Came up behind him and clubbed him in the back of the head. He went down like a sack of sand.
That's right, lawman. And then we hanged the fuck.
It's a very strange episode of SpongeBob for him and Squidward investigating murder.
It was a cut episode.
Yes.
My fucking elbow, Copper. Summer unboxing style.
It was a little too much for Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Right fucking here. Eugene already told you that the fuck had started coming to our bar.
Yeah, man. Weren't you listening?
Boy, What is that composure? Could put a point in it. I think I will put a point in it.
Over half.
Really did not go up that much.
Yeah.
I assume if I go right, I have other questions. I will be able to come back to this. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to really get my composure up that much higher, you know?
Yeah.
What do you think? Should I try the 50-50? It's a little more than 50-50, but still.
I say go for it.
Hey,
Mantis is solid as a rock, and so are a few others. But
who's cracking under the pressure?
It's Angus.
a single sentence would wear him out. He can't take the length of the questioning. Keep it going long enough, and he'll crack.
So you're not
Fuck
telling
off,
me.
Copper.
This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out of them about the night of the murder. Not yet.
I think I've exhausted most of the other dialogue, so...
No.
Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look at how fucking fat he is.
Fuck off, Shanky. Angus is a powerful guy. All muscle.
Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later, he's going to break like a piece of twig.
Okay.
Like what, Copper?
I don't have anything... I'm not going to.
Don't.
That's a bad
maybe
idea.
don't.
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder, even if it is a group responsibility. We are going to look into this.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
Rent-a-cop? So that's what this is about. He doesn't see you as his equals. Forget about their games. You've mapped out the characters. Reading the footprints in the yard should be easier now.
Week when you first met, oh boy. Yeah, I'm not gonna try that right now. I'm gonna go hang out with Lena and Gart. They're nice to me.
They're nice to me.
Not saying something because one of them's Gart.
Gart, get the fuck away from my bar! Back, you devil! He's so nice to me.
Yeah. Alright. We gotta stop. I think that's a pretty...
It's almost 12.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good place to stop for today. Oh.
Today was a lot of goofing around.
There's a lot of goofing around and then talking to the Hardy Boys. Which is the opposite of goofing around. Okay. Still need to get a reality lowdown. We need to wait for the water lock to be finished.
You need to open a door. You need to find the drug smuggler thingy.
Yeah.
You need to still inspect the body.
Why is this still like I know about the borscht. I just didn't do anything about it.
I don't know. Maybe you either have to do something or talk to somebody. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, either way, we're going to be stopping there. I hope you guys have enjoyed. And we'll see you next time with more Disco Elysium. Have a good one, y'all. Unlike him, I love the cryptid talk.
The cryptid talk was a highlight.
Yes, that was probably the best part, was learning about all of these strange and wondrous cryptids. Bacterium cryptid has to be maybe my favorite cryptid ever. Just like, it's like, oh, it's a weird bacteria they found in some ice. And then, like, the scientists that discovered disappeared.
I don't know, I'm kind of partial to the sound cryptid. Just because how ridiculous that was.
Invisible sound birds is also very good. Anyway, we'll see you next time.
Bye!